Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. This morning I'm reading from the Torah. The Hebrew is on this side of the Torah, and the English, translated directly from the Hebrew, is on the left. And I'm in Leviticus chapter 23. And I'm only going to read 3 verses today. Leviticus chapter 23 is the chapter in the Bible that discusses all of the mandatory festivals that the Jewish people need to observe. And it was commanded from this point forward that all the people gather. And later, once they reached the Promised Land, they came to Jerusalem every year for all these festivals. And then later, after the miracle of Hanukkah, people celebrated Hanukkah. And after Queen Esther saved the people from annihilation from King Xerxes, her husband, and that's quite a lovely story, then Purim was celebrated every year. So, and there are lots of observances we have today, like Holocaust Remembrance Day and October 7th, and other remembrances and festivals. And a lot of them stem from events that keep happening on the same days of the calendar. So I'm going to read Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 to 3. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, The feasts of the Lord which shall be proclaimed to be holy convocation, these are my feasts. 6 days may work be done, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath or Shabbat of rest, a holy convocation. No kind of work shall ye do thereupon. It is Shabbat unto the Lord in all your dwellings. So, first of all, God is establishing Sabbath. Know the Sabbath day and keep it holy. For the Jewish people, since at least the time of Moses and Aaron, Shabbat has been, or the Sabbath has been, on Saturday. And that's why, from now on, I'm going to do my Torah reading or my Jewish studies on Saturday morning. Previously, I had been doing my Torah readings on Sunday late afternoon. But the thing is, there's a 7-hour difference between the East Coast of the United States and Jerusalem. So when I was doing a reading at 5 p.m., it was midnight there. I'm not saying that I'm going to develop a large Jewish audience. Maybe some Messianic Jews would find me interesting. But at the same time, I want to give that opportunity to happen, potentially. But definitely, by reading this at 8 a.m., it's afternoon in Israel. It's either noon or 1 p.m. in the United Kingdom and Europe. And it gives way to more of an international audience. And as you know, there's Jews scattered all over the world. And I'm not saying there's not Jews in California and Alaska and the other way, but more likely in Europe and in the Middle East would you find Jewish people and Messianic Jewish people. Just saying. So that's why I'm doing my Torah reading on the Shabbat. And I feel it's more in tune with what God would have wanted to honor his people. Now, I'll do my regular Bible study, still on Sunday morning in the Christian tradition, and my Proverbs reading, which could be listened to by Jews, Christians, or even Muslims. They read Psalms and Proverbs as well, mainly Psalms, I believe. But so that reading could be at any time. And also, I kind of want to make that reading, since Proverbs is full of wisdom, to give a little advice or wisdom or knowledge before people's work week starts here in the United States. So to just flip the coin and change the two readings from the Torah readings to Saturday morning and the Proverbs reading to Sunday evening is what I'm doing. Also, after I finish Leviticus, I'm going to switch Torahs. I'm going to get a larger print Torah. I've loved this Torah. I've actually have another copy of the same Torah book that I've worn out. The pages literally were falling apart. The binding was toast. And also, I'm taking my time reading through Leviticus 23 because I have a calendar to put the Jewish holidays on that I received from Lev Halom. And we are coming up on Passover, Peshat. And so I want to read that near the time of that feast. And then the rest of them, I'll have another 40, 50 days before the next Jewish festival. So I'll be through Leviticus 23 by the time we get to Pentecost. And that will be, so the rest of the year won't be timed out as well as Passover and Resurrection Day season. So that's how that's going to work out. But I'm glad that at least Passover will hit right when it needs to in my scripture studies. So have a wonderful and blessed day. And if you're here internationally, please make a comment. And I love and appreciate all of my regular viewers that come in and listen to my Bible readings and Torah readings and my other content like my unboxings. Now, I will not say that the rest of my Saturday videos will be in tune with it being Shabbat. I'm not a practicing Jew. I'm actually Methodist. I had to laugh. Several months ago, there was a young man blowing a shofar in his neighborhood, and I commented that God must love his neighborhood, and I wish somebody in my neighborhood would do something like this. I don't have lung capacity. So 2 months later or more, somebody commented, "Are you Orthodox?" And I'm like, I just put Methodist below that. And I thought about putting Greek or Russian, ? But then it hit me, there might be Greek Orthodox Jews in addition to Greek Orthodox Christians. I'm not sure. Or Russian Orthodox Jews. So by saying Methodist, I definitely let him know that I was Christian, because I don't think there are such things as Methodist Jews. And to be a Methodist Jew, you would have to be born Jewish or been raised Jewish and then become Methodist. So you'd be a Messianic Methodist Jew. But see, I didn't start out Jewish. So at some point in time, for me to be a Methodist Jew, I would have to give up Jesus Christ, which is not happening, and then become Jewish or Messianic Jewish, and then become a Methodist. How, but I don't know how hard, when the person looks at that, and sees my response when they were asking if I was Orthodox, or obviously Orthodox Jew. They didn't say Jew, though. And I said, Methodist, if they're going to do a little bit of a head twist on that, but I thought it was funny. I know I have an odd sense of humor. I don't know if anybody else out there is going to get that, where I'm coming from with that and why that was so funny to me, but it was. So anyway, I'm working on it. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.